Howdy folks, I'm Brian,
I'm Amber.
and here's some Reddit. Our first story is titled, Am I a Jerk for Cleaning Out the Fridge Without Telling My Husband? My dear husband brought home a metal box that he checks on often during the day when it's in the fridge. When I asked him about it, he said it contained freshly picked olives his friend Jason got from his uncle's farm and wanted dear husband to keep till he gets back from his business trip. I had no problem with him keeping it safe in the bottom of the fridge. Dear husband always asks me to be cautious with the box and not to open it as to be rude to touch other people's stuff. Well, yesterday I decided to clean out the fridge, which took me about 2 hours from unplugging the fridge, emptying all the items, groceries, vegetables, and containers, and washing and cleaning the inside, and then letting it settle before plugging it back in again. I took the box my husband brought out of the fridge and placed it on the kitchen island along the other containers. While I was working, I received a video call, WhatsApp, from my husband while at work, feeling bored and asking what I was doing. I showed him I was cleaning out the fridge, and he suddenly freaked out and asked about the metal box. I was confused and told him to calm down and showed him where the box was. He got mad at me, telling me that I shouldn't have cleaned out the fridge nor even touched the box without telling him. I again tried to ask him to calm down, as I saw it as no big deal. His precious box was safe and sound, but he went on a rant about how the box needed to be put back inside the fridge ASAP, and told me to plug the fridge in right then, but I couldn't because it was wet and I still wasn't finished cleaning the other parts. Apparently, I made him mad by stalling, and he hung up, and 30 minutes later, he came home and pitched a hissy fit, saying I should have picked the time when he was at home to clean out the fridge so he could take the metal box somewhere else to keep it cool. I said, so what? It was sitting out of the fridge for barely 2 hours, and olives can stand being outside the fridge for that long of a period. He said, I don't get it, and took the box and wanted to leave with it. I asked where he was taking it, and he said he needed to go back to work and had no time to explain. I shrugged this whole thing off, but he came back with it in the evening and put it inside the fridge and complained to me about cleaning the fridge out without telling him and acting dismissive of his opinions. I argued what opinions he could have had on cleaning out the fridge. He argued back, saying that he promised Jason that he would keep his olives in good condition and that I should have just told him. End of story. I wonder if I messed up. He usually doesn't get mad unless I've messed up, and I think I have. Edit. First of all, yes, I'm aware that dear husband is acting overprotective of his box, but he always acts like that whenever he has to ask someone to keep an item safe for him, like the furniture or car parts. And second of all, no, I haven't seen those olives myself, and I haven't opened the box because I don't think I'd have to. But dear husband tends to be overprotective of his friend's belongings, so I didn't give it much thought. Edit, because many people were wondering, yes, I unplugged the fridge before cleaning it out since I did a heavy cleaning. You can see that it's common method, just Google it if you're curious, I do it all the time. And to give some info, the metal box does look like a container of some sort, but dear husband calls it a box, so I don't think it's much different. Alright, OP.
What's in the box, really?
What's in the box, OP? What's in the box, OP? Your husband is acting a little overprotective over olives. Sure, he might be overprotective, but fresh olives and being worried that they're out for 2 hours? I don't know. Something does not sound right here. What do you folks think? Dear viewers, do you think there's something other than olives in the box? Because this severed head. Amber thinks there's a severed head. I don't know. I think that there's probably illicit substances or something like that in there. I don't know.
I was being silly.
Yes, I don't think anyone actually thought you really sincerely thought there was a severed head in the box in the fridge. What a weird story. I don't know. I just don't know. I think that this is so bizarre. I really want to know what's inside that box because I just don't think it's olives. So I don't think that OP was a jerk in this situation because foods generally can survive outside of the refrigeration for short periods of time. And, I do know that people do clean their fridges out sometimes. Some refrigerators actually do require cleaning or de-icing and defrosting just because of their nature. They don't have like an automatic defrost. So if this were the case, then they may need to regularly defrost their refrigerator, or freezer. So, yeah, I would have a hard time blaming them for doing what they normally do and being caught off guard here. I don't think that they were in the wrong. But anyhow, take care and good luck. Am I the only one reading this thinking that there's some kind of illicit substance in the box? Your husband is acting very strange about olives. You're not the jerk, but your husband sure is. Yeah. That's exactly what I thought. Nobody acts like that about olives unless they're stuffed with illicit substances. Those are some olives to die for. Honestly, my first thought was some kind of body part trophy, considering that she's not allowed to look inside. Maybe I watched too much crime television.
That's where my mind went too.
You're the top post right now. Sorry to burst everyone's bubble. Raw olives need to be stored at cooler temperatures or they will go bad quickly. Interesting. And the article they link to says storing fresh olives. Fresh olives, especially naturally black olives, should be processed within a few days after harvest if possible. Green ripe olives generally store better than naturally black ripe olives. For best quality, store olives at temperatures between 41 degrees and 50 degrees Fahrenheit, preferably in shallow, ventilated crates. Storage of fresh olives at cooler temperatures from 32 to 36 degrees for 2 weeks or more can cause chill injury that will lead to internal browning and skin browning. Chill injury shouldn't be a problem if the olives are exposed to these colder temperatures for only short period of times. Savento olives are more susceptible to chill injury, followed by blah 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 blah. Basically, it's saying that you should store olives, fresh olives, in crates, well-ventilated crates. A metal box does not seem like like a ventilated crate, if you ask me. So, while they might be right that olives do need to be stored in colder temperatures, they don't say anything about how long. Well, I mean, how long they can be unchilled for. And they also recommend, chilling them in a crate. So, something still does not seem right here. Just my thought. Alright, our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Blasting My Mom on Facebook when she posted about my son? Some info. So, my parents for years have had the same cleaning lady. I was somewhat friendly with her daughter, who's the same age as me. But it didn't become a thing until we were 20. I was back home from college for winter break. We got to spend some time together and I went back to school. Well, that time we spent together resulted in me getting her pregnant, only I didn't know. She didn't want to tell anyone who it was because she was scared for her mom's job and me possibly rejecting our baby. After I finished college, I tried to reach out to her again, and that's when I found out. My son was 3 at that time. We did a paternity test to find out that I was the father. My parents showed their true colors after I told them. I should add that my son's mom's side is Cuban and she's half Cuban. They always gave subtle racist stuff every now and again, but this was the first time that I saw them as full-blown racist jerks. They have denied my son being family. They accused my son's mom of being a gold digger, tampering with the paternity results to try and trap me into taking care of her kid. Like if a court DNA test was going to lie. Unfortunately, they did fire her mom, but she managed to find new work. For all the reasons, I have stopped having contact with my parents. For 3 years since, I'm with my son's mom now, and we've been living together for a while. A few months ago, I got a surprise visit from my grandma on my dad's side. She finally found out why I'm not around the family anymore, and she wanted to meet her great-grandson. Luckily that she's not like the rest of my family, and she was really mad when I told her the whole story. My grandma made lots of changes to her will and says that she wants my son to have something. No coincidence that once this happened, my parents were suddenly wanting to come around and wanting to reconcile, having a feeling that she probably took them out of her will or something. Most of their wealth came from her. Because I'm rejecting them from being in our lives, my mom decided to post a pic of my son on Facebook recently for his 6th birthday. I saw it because my sister sent it to me. It's her venting about not being in her grandson's life and tell him a happy birthday. Lots of people were giving her sympathy, so I commented, "Remember you said you didn't want a brown baby in the family?" Within an hour, I got some reactions and my mom ended up deleting. Some in our family say that I was a jerk for embarrassing my mom online, where she was only venting her frustrations. And so I should have left all that out. My mom is mad too for using a mistake that she made back then to humiliate her to her friends and other family who saw the post and now are being negative towards her. Wow, it's almost like actions have consequences. Hard to feel like I am when I just called her out when she tried to pull the victim card. Am I the jerk? OP? No. I could probably go on. I could probably make a longer explanation, but I think anyone who reads this is also going to say, no, your mom is being racist. She got what was coming to her. What did she expect? And I mean, okay, your mom is only changing her tune after your grandma basically cut her out of the will. That does not scream, oh, I've had a realization that I've been a terrible person. That's, oh my goodness, my way of life is in danger now because I am a bad person. So yeah, I don't think she's changed here, and I think that she's just trying to drum up pity for herself. That's my thoughts. Trying to rewrite the past so that it makes it seem like you're the villain and that she's just the misunderstood person. So yeah, I don't think you did anything wrong here. What do you folks think? So anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk, your mom is the jerk. So glad you're not falling for her BS about wanting to reconnect. You sound like a great guy. Congratulations to you and your little family. OP replies, thank you. They're the best thing that ever happened to me. That's nice. How dare you judge me on the things I said and did? Your mom, the racist. Not the jerk. I think that your mom went too far. True, she could have had a change of heart, but the timing is pretty suspicious. And trying to get sympathy on social media, that's just pathetic. And OP replies, that's how I see it. After 3 years of total silence, my grandma starts making these changes and now they want to be part of his life. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like. If you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.